Hey guys, good morning. Guess what's happening? I don't know if you know this, but tonight at the Barclays Center, WWE's in town for Monday Night Raw, and Nikki, Bella, and Natty Neidhart are here. How are you guys?
Hello. We are good.
What's happening? Natty?
Well, we are in town. Obviously, we love coming back to New York.
No, tell what's happening in life.
Oh, gosh.
We know everyone's going to come out tonight to the Barclays Center.
So, yeah, you're coming out.
I'll be there, of course.
And,
but what's happening in your life? How are you? Good?
I don't think you want to. I don't think you want me to get started because it'll take me an hour to explain. But lots of stuff going on. We are in the process of filming Total Divas. And
you're still filming season 3?
We are moving. Yeah, we are moving forward very fast. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Not going to give you too many spoilers, but it seems like every day I have a new drama, and Nicole and Bree are usually my sounding boards. They're my voice of reason when I need to, feel grounded. So lots of family stuff, lots of personal stuff, lots of relationship stuff. Real.
Shoot.
Yeah, but we're working through all of it. So.
Let me tell you something about relationships. Complicated.
So complicated.
Man, they are.
Right?
This one knows.
How you've been with John for how long?
Little over 2 years.
2 years. So you're like the baby of the bunch. I've been with my wife for 10.
Wow.
You've been with...
I've been with TJ for...
35 years.
13. But I've known him since I was like 10 years old.
Right.
Since the womb.
And you've been together 13 years already?
We have been together since I was 18.
Whew! Man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as amazing as relationships are, and they grow and they get better, but they also remain, if you want it to be good, it remains complicated and it requires continued work.
It's 100%. So much work.
I mean, you do say in the end, for better, for worse. And there are times that it's worse and there are times that it's better.
I know. It's the real deal.
And it's hard when both of you are in the same industry. Like Nicole knows, Bree knows. Like when both of you, like WWE is an amazing place to work. I love it. But it's also, it's a high pressure job because we're in a different, city, state, country, continent every day of every week. And you have huge sacrifices. You're away from your family all the time. And, heaven forbid you have a family emergency or family crisis. You can't get there because you have so many commitments because your job is extraordinary. It took us so long to get here. TJ and I wrestled in front of 10 people on an Indian reservation in northern Alberta, and now we finally have our dream job in WWE. Throw a family crisis in there or something like that, and then all of a sudden it's just high pressure. It's a pressure cooking environment.
On a less serious note but related to the same, I also think it would be hard, like my wife and I are in the same business but we work at different places. To be in the same place, like a lot of the interaction you have with people of the opposite sex, which I think is important in life, people need to interact with other people besides their partner.
Right.
But you guys are all in the same locker room.
Right.
Like it's hard to have really that, like, you can't really have a work husband. Your work husband is your husband. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have the great Kali, and I tend to, keep him on the burner. But
you keep Kali in a glass just in case, and break it when necessary.
When TJ's not on the road, Nicole knows this. When TJ's not on the road, I travel with the great Kali, and he's one of my best friends. And
they're very close,
extremely close.
Do you understand the words that he says?
Everything.
Oh yeah, he's working, right? I heard his English is understandable.
His English is phenomenal, and guess what else we speak? Japanese.
Really? How's your Japanese?
Decent.
Really? I'm going to Japan in 2 weeks for the first time ever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to Tokyo.
I lived in Japan just for a little bit, but I know like 10 words, and Kali and I use those words all the time, and there are code words for everything. If we don't like somebody, we have a word. If we like somebody, we have a word. If we're at IHOP and we want people to leave us alone, we talk about a wedding.
Well, TJ better watch his back. TJ better watch out, because the Kali is there and ready.
He's built in the front, stacked in the back.
All right. All right. Let's get to some current product conversation. I like to nerd. I'm a nerd.
Yes.
So I was at SummerSlam, and finally, by the way, on the podcast that I do, which this will also be airing on, Cheap Heat Podcast on Grantland, I am sort of made fun of because I'm like the ultimate Divas mark, right? I love Divas. And I was very excited that there were 2 Divas matches at SummerSlam, which was awesome. And then finally, Nikki turned on Bree.
Yes.
And I sent you guys a DM. I don't know which of you sees your DMs, but I wrote you and I was like, so excited. Enjoy this. This is going to be so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm still excited. And there are things that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
But I was a little frustrated to see you guys have the exact same situation on television for like 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it should have been in different ways, but at the end of the day, I don't write the show. I try to pitch, but I don't write it. So
Is there, because doesn't it feel like, and I don't want to rush it, because to me, I could have stretched I would have wanted to stretch out forever and have it be a WrestleMania match, because to me it feels like a WrestleMania match.
Right.
But I also would love to see you guys in a cell, which, I mean, to be honest, your feud arguably is the most deserving of a cell
right.
of any of the matches.
I mean, we just go after each other. There's not gonna be any lockups there.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Now, okay, are there ever any conversations, like, my favorite thing about the beginning of the feud, before I got sort of bored with it being the same thing,
right.
I was very excited by the first two.
Yeah.
And particularly with how hard you went at Brie. Are there ever conversations afterwards about, like, because, like, you use the microphone gimmick, but, like, you really hit her with the microphone.
I was like, and then I chucked her with my spiked Louboutins and I tore her leg open.
I saw
and
that
it was, she was bleeding, and I just got in the moment. I mean, it's my sister, so I went full on. I just beat the crap out of her.
Is there a conversation about that? Like, guys.
Oh, she was pissed. And then I like text her every day that week, like, are you sure you're okay? But when she slapped me recently on Raw, before she put me in the yes lock, I went black. She like slap punched me. And then right when we walked back, she goes, that's your first receipt. You have 4 more. And I was like, oh, shit.
She did come back in the locker room with her leg bleeding.
Really?
Yeah, from the spike.
And then
I just got lost in the moment. There's been a lot of build up there with Bree. So.
And then the pull out of the chair move too, when you like yanked her by her hair and the chair like was kind of far. Like, I could tell. I was like, oh my god. But that's,
yeah, poor thing.
But to me, that's what makes it awesome. Like, that's the awesome thing about siblings, and it's the same thing we got to see with your uncles, is like there's an extra level of heat that you can have because inherently you love each other, and there's, even if it hurts a little bit, it's whatever.
It actually
we can forgive.
Totally, and it reminds me a little bit of Owen and Brett, your stuff.
Yeah, we've been watching stuff with Owen and Brett because I think that was one of the best sibling rivalries that they've ever had.
And Brett loves the twins, and he's
love
like,
Brett.
Actually, my dad does too. My dad has like a picture of the twins on our piano, our family piano. It's very touching. But Brett like has gotten kind of involved and like very invested in their storyline because he likes them a lot and he believes in them, but he also sees the comparisons with Owen.
Totally.
Well, like I've always said, I think it was. I said that when you guys came in, I thought you'd really improved a lot, and then it's only gotten significantly stronger since then. You added, I mean, you have the torture rack, which is awesome.
Thank you.
And it's like, so I guess the frustration for me is I was like, 2 years ago, if this had happened, I'll be totally blunt with you, I would have said, I don't know how much wrestling I want to see between Nikki and Brie.
Yeah.
But now, I want to see you guys wrestle. Like, I want to see you guys go. Like, I feel strongly that in the women's division, you guys are at the top of the list of girls who can go.
Yeah,
and in this part of your career, I kind of want to get to see that happen.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you will.
Any chance there could be a Hell in a Cell situation?
I don't know. I hope so. I gotta, just keep kissing that authority's butt.
I know. The damn authority.
I know. But I really want to work with Seth, too. I think, he and I are kind of the prince and princess. So I think it'd be fun to kind of throw him in the mix.
Wouldn't that be hard?
Somehow.
Isn't that where it gets really complicated with having the TV show?
It does. But, I mean, I think I have a lot to go off on John about. So
I mean, the world really, what most, what Smarks want to see is we all want to see John join you on the dark side.
Oh, of course.
I mean, that is like the dream
right.
of dream. Would you rather if you get to be truly involved with John in a storyline, would you rather have it be together or against each other?
I think it would be fun at first to go against and then maybe join them. But I definitely want to do something with them. But I would do it either way. But I think at first it would kind of be fun to go against them. Because, you kind of really get to take out your secret frustrations inside. That's why there was so much passion with Brie. I was like... I
mean, it'll be even worse with a boyfriend. I mean,
gosh. Could you imagine?
If my wife had a storyline with me right now where she got to beat the shit out of me, I wouldn't want no part of that storyline.
Oh, yeah.
She'd be like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's for your job. You can hit him as hard as you want.
Totally. Just go on.
I don't know if I can do that.
But then I'd like to join. it'd be fun to have like a little romantic thing.
Natty, how involved are you in all the Divas? I mean, it's kind of a part that I know was, or at least I believed, I don't know everything, I sound like a D-bag, but I believe that was played up a little bit for the show, but I know you are also, pretty much regarded as like the best traditional worker in the division. Everyone knows how great you are as a wrestler. How involved are you with the Divas down the board, and how much do you feel like you have everyone's ear?
So you're saying like me being the voice of reason sort of thing?
No, I mean more in the sense of like
a coach.
Yeah, like coaching and working,
Oh,
like actually wrestling.
Gosh, I mean, I love wrestling so much, and one of the biggest things for me, and I've noticed this a lot with people, because I'm very involved with all the girls. I mean, I spend all of my free time too, whether I'm filming Total Divas, I'm always at NXT because I have a passion for what I do. And I love working with new girls and just seeing people develop and grow. And there's nothing I love more than working with a girl, for example, like Charlotte, and watching her not believe in herself to all of a sudden being like, whoa, this girl now believes in herself because we had a match that, changed her perspective on everything. And you just saw somebody come alive. And like I said, I started working, the twins and I started together, and you watch these girls grow. And
Natty helped us a lot.
Well, and that's the thing is that
was our coach.
You see people, I love to see the developmental process of somebody. It's just who wants it. And the key to being successful, in my opinion, in WWE, and it's something that the twins and myself have totally embraced, never get comfortable. You get a little push, you get a little spotlight, you get the Divas Championship. Hey, why are you different now than when I first met you? That's my question, because I don't want to see you change. And consistency is everything. I met Cesaro. He is the same now as he was when I first met him. The twins, they're the exact same people as when I first met them in a little warehouse in Florida when we first started training together. So that's my biggest thing when I help people come along with I never get comfortable. I'm still not comfortable. The twins, myself, even my husband, John,
it could be taken
Brian,
away tomorrow,
You got to have that work ethic. So that's what I look for the most with girls, and always wanting to improve, always wanting to be better, always wanting to grow, not just being comfortable doing the same stuff every night or relying on, oh, well, I'm over, so I can just, no, you're not. It's all about hard work. And you look at our boss, look at Stephanie, look at Vince, they are my bosses, but my boss works out at 3:00 in the morning because he has to get his workout in. So that's what I look for in people. That's what I look for with new girls coming up. That's what I look for in myself. And it's just that's what's going to make you different. It's going to separate the men from the boys.
What's the reaction like in the locker room when someone like Paige comes up and wins the title her first night there, and there are a lot of people there who have never won the title, never even had a title feud? What's the reaction like in a small locker room when I don't know how involved you were with her previous to that. I'm sure you knew her from being in NXT, but what's the general reaction like in a situation like that? I would think could be a little tense.
Yeah, well, I think some people were upset and some people were really happy. There's certain things that we all know behind closed doors. So some of us wasn't affected at all. We were actually really happy. I was like, because I just thought it was a perfect moment for all that. We had a lot of people from overseas there. So I know there was a few of us that were really, really happy for. And then, of course, you had some tears. But for the ones, I guess, who have never been there and maybe thought they were going to get there And so I understand.
And that's the thing is that, first of all, like Nicole said, we don't control, we don't have a lot of control over, everything that happens. So for us, we were so enthralled with what was going on with Total Divas, and Total Divas was such a huge opportunity for us. So we were all very focused on all that, and to have this kind of fresh burst of energy was fun because Paige likes to wrestle. So we were excited about that. Again, I don't control it, but I also started realizing that some of the most compelling stuff you see on TV doesn't necessarily have to be surrounded by a championship. Right. And you look at Stephanie and you look at Bree's match at SummerSlam and Nicole's involvement, and some of the best stuff on TV, it's not involving the title.
But does any part of you guys look forward to the end of Total Divas because it feels like the division sort of separated a little bit between title picture and Total Divas? Is there any part of you that's like, all right, can we just get this whole thing going?
Well, I just wish we could bring it on the show, but as of now we can't. So I just can't wait for that day that we could actually feature the title on the show and have it all be just one. And right now it is separated, and I think they just don't know how yet. How do we make Sunday night into Monday night, or are people going to get confused? You see one as a Divas champ on Monday night, and their story, because it's filmed months before, you don't see it on Sunday. Are they going to be now confused, or do they win it and then they've lost it already? So I think they're trying to figure all that out. So I can't wait for the day they do, and then we could all be fighting for it and know that there's a chance to win it. But that'll be great, but it is kind of separated right now.
Yeah. Okay, before I let you guys go, again, tonight, Barclays Center, Monday Night Raw. What is something in the next 6 months 6 months to a year that each of you would love to have happen in your own careers?
Well, I just want to let everybody know, and this is actually breaking news, I am expecting my first child. So
Really?
No. I'm just kidding.
No, you weren't. Were you kidding or not? You're not allowed to fake a pregnancy.
I am
in an
giving
interview.
a spoiler alert for season 3. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I think for me, no, I'm not expecting my first child.
God, I thought I was really getting a great scoop
know,
there.
right?
I was
Yeah.
like,
You're like, yes.
I was like, all right, I got a title for this video.
My parents are like my children, so therefore I have 2 children already. But
What would you like to have happen for you?
I think, like what Nicole said, I think it'd be fun to kind of be able to be, work with the Divas Championship on Total Divas and have it be like really, really bring the championship to a mainstream level, and just kind of, it could make the stories even deeper, because some of the stuff that happens on Total Divas, we can't even get all of it because there's so much drama. I can't even put it into words. A lot of it's not like, you can't even talk about it.
Right. Not what you planned for. And what about you, Nikki?
I definitely agree with Natty on the Divas Championship. I would love to have that on the show, feature it, and I would love to be the champ that brings it to the show, definitely.
You can take it off me, maybe.
I would love for John to join me on the dark side, and I would love to have a tag match with Stephanie and I against Brie and someone. I think that'd be so fun, and I would love to tag with Stephanie because I think we'd just be so awesome together.
Well, those are all things I'd be excited to see.
You and
Yeah.
Stephanie complement each other.
And
do.
was that a jab? Was that a subtle jab?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Joe, anything about it?
I might have to hit her with the rack attack right now.
I know. And by the way, do you have any advice you want to give to other girls who want to have a backwards hat perfectly sit on their head at all times, no matter what they're doing?
I mean,
without it sliding.
It's just being born Nikki Bella. That's the advice I'm gonna give. Just kidding.
Nikki and Natty tonight, Barclays Center in Brooklyn for Monette Raw. Love you guys. Thank you. Good luck
Thank
over
you.
the next
Me
few months.
too.
Yes,
Thanks.
a free sharpshooter for you tonight, backstage.
Boom.
Boom.